this American Legion Post for a wonderful dinner. That was awesome. Of course, our families. Where did Melissa go?
She's coming. I'm sorry.
She's in the kitchen.
Yeah. She wants to make it.
You know, when we scheduled this visit, Melissa has been my contact for 4 or 5 months now. She's the Gold Star coordinator, the Navy Gold Star coordinator for this area. So she handles a lot of Gold Star families from all branches. And so we couldn't do this mission if it weren't for the SOS and for what you guys do. So thank you so much. I want to welcome our families, the Minor family. Robert and Lori, thank you so much. The Dent family, Randy, thank you so much. Gordon, thank you so much. And of course, Melissa's family is here. This is her father, and Melissa is a Gold Star spouse. And her son is here as well. So thank you all for attending. I know sometimes these dinners can be a little awkward, but just know our heart's in the right place. Thank you. I always say this, whenever we get into a large venue like this isn't something that I can do alone. And we have a great group of riders here. And almost all of these riders started in Eugene, Oregon more than 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago. These riders, they pay for their own fuel. They sleep on the floor with sleeping bags and air mattresses, sometimes cots. They ride in, today, over 100-degree heat with probably 90 to 95% humidity. And not once do they complain. Not once. Because they know this mission is pure. They know it comes from the right place. And they know it's the right thing to do. So I would like to have our riders stand up and be recognized for their So Tribute began 10 years ago in our home state of Oregon. And we began because there was a need to honor our Gold Star families. Oregon isn't a hugely populated state, nor is it a state that has a lot of military installations. But at the time, we had over 125 just KIAs, which was a lot for us 10 years ago. And I think, if I read this right, per capita, it was one of the highest in the country because our population is so low. So the first 4 years that we did this, we traveled around the state of Oregon and we honored our own families. And then after the 4th year, we sat down as a group, most of us, and we kind of said amongst ourselves, what can we do to do more? We really have to do more. It's such a great mission. And so I think in the 5th year, we went to Seattle, came down through Washington, through Oregon, California, and we ended up at Lake Tahoe. And I think in that 7 or 8 day span, we honored 16. And again, we felt that there was a need to do more. So in the 6th year, we created the Memorial Flame. And now it goes from Eugene every year to Arlington National Cemetery, where we can choose a different route every single year, so we're able to come into communities like this and touch more families. And that's our mission now, is every year, the 2nd week in July, jump on our motorcycles, go across the country, and honor as many fallen service members as we can. So this year, the ride is 22 days. We're close to 5,000 miles now, close to that, close to 5,000 miles, and we're not done yet. And we will have stopped to honor a total of 68 fallen service members. And that's the most we've ever done in a year. And before you guys leave tonight, on the driver's side of the motor coach, on the back, if you didn't see it, there's a large placard, and it has every one of those 68 names, including your sons and your husband. And so they travel with us, they make this journey with us, and I can't tell you how many people stop and look at that when we go into a gas station. And it's humbling because you see 68 names, and there's someone's husband, someone's child, someone's father, someone's son, and it's humbling to see these people walk up and start to cry because they know what it is. So if you haven't seen it yet, it's on the back of the motor coach. So this coming Sunday, August 2nd, and Melissa, you and I were just talking about this because things have changed. We do get the opportunity to bring the memorial flame inside of Arlington, not where we want it, but where they will allow it. And we get to extinguish it at 2 p.m. Eastern Time this coming Sunday to commemorate the ride, but to also honor all 68 fallen service members we've honored, including the 400,000 that lay at rest at Arlington. In addition, we have a memorial bell with us, and we'll ring it tonight. But that bell will ring 68 times, and it will ring once for every fallen soldier we've honored, and we will say their names out loud at Arlington during the closing ceremony. And I can't think of a better place to do that, to give them honor at that hallowed ground. When this ride ends in a week's time, we will have honored more than 800 fallen service members from every branch of service. And that's a number we're extremely proud of because we only do this ride once per year. And we started in Oregon just honoring four the first weekend and maybe 10 the next weekend. And that number has climbed considerably since we've been doing these cross-country rides. So again, thank you, and thank you to the Post for allowing us to be here. So that's a little bit about us. I have to put my glasses on so I can read this. And I'm going to start with the Minor family. And when I'm done reading, if you guys will come up and join me, I'd appreciate that. The same with each family. This is Navy Master at Arms, 2nd Class, Robert F. Minor III, Newport News, Virginia. Navy Master at Arms, 2nd Class, Robert Minor was assigned to the USS Enterprise CVN 65. Navy Master at Arms 2nd Class Robert Minor died tragically on January 3rd, 2013 in a motorcycle accident while serving proudly in the United States Navy. Robert, or Robbie, as his family and friends called him, was a resident of Newport News and formerly of New Hyde Park, New York. Robbie was a beloved husband to Deanna. He was also a cherished son of Robert Jr. and Lori. One thing to know about Robbie, he was what military families would describe as a squared-away sailor. He loved serving his country and serving in the United States Navy. It was part of a life plan to take care of his family. He cared deeply for his fellow sailors and members of his community. Robbie was also a devoted father to Tristan and Gavin, a loving brother to Max. Robbie was a Master at Arms in the United States Navy stationed aboard the USS Enterprise. He had recently returned from deployment in the Persian Gulf. Robbie also enjoyed being active in his community and serving others. He was an active member of Enterprise Engine Company 1, New Hyde Park Fire Department. He assisted the Boy Scouts in being a mentor to youth. Robbie attended New Hyde Park Memorial High School, the class of 2005. Robbie also loved the outdoors. He enjoyed camping, snowboarding, mountain biking, fishing, geocaching, and riding motorcycles. He was a loving, protective husband, caring and nurturing father. He exceeded every expectation as a son, and he was a guiding and strong brother. If you were a friend of Robbie's, then he'd always look after you before looking after himself. May we never forget the service and sacrifice of Navy Master at Arms, 2nd Class, Robert Minor, who was 25 years old at the time of his passing. Ladies and gentlemen, Tribute to Fallen Soldiers is humbled to introduce the family of Navy Master at Arms, 2nd Class Robert Minor, including his parents, Robert and Lori. way, your fallen hero will always be remembered. Navy Master at Arms, 2nd Class Robert F. Miner III, born August 7, 1987, died January 3rd, 2013. Assigned to Master at Arms, USS Enterprise, CBN 65. In tribute to fallen soldiers, motorcycle riders gathered here today are honored to present this memorial plaque of distinguished service to the family of Navy Master at Arms, 2nd Class, Robert F. Miner III, Newport News, Virginia, in remembrance of his everlasting call to bravery, honor, and sacrifice in the name of country and duty. We as everyday Americans will always be grateful for your fallen heroes' dedication to in what he's given in the name of honor, duty, and freedom. Dedicated to the family of Navy Master at Arms 2nd Class Robert F. Miner III on behalf of Tribute to Fallen Soldiers Northwest, provided on this day, Tuesday, July 28th, 2020. Fair winds and flowing seas.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts.
It's our honor.
Great. Okay. Oh. Perfect spot for this. And that's. Thank you. Wow. Okay. Got it.
So all of us who ride, we love to wear our vests. I'm sure you know that. And we put patches on our vest because oftentimes they tell stories about us as individuals. They tell us where we've been and who we are as individuals, whether we served in the military or not, and sometimes where we're going. So every year we create a new patch to commemorate our ride, but we also create one special patch, and this one has Riley's name on it. And I hope you'll find a good place on your jacket to wear this. And just know that he's now a member of our family, a member of our group. He always will be for as long as we do this work.
Thank you all so much. This picture is so special and it just boggles my mind that that's what you picked out.
Yeah.
This was one of the happiest days of our lives. Robbie came back from the Gulf. He was so proud. We were at the inactivation ceremony for the USS Enterprise. But as Gold Star parents, as I often like to say to people, we have broken hearts. Our hearts bleed every day. And it's gestures like these that put a bandage on our hearts and help us go on to the next day. So from the bottom of our hearts, realize that what you are doing for us, as I'm sure is the same for all the other Gold Star families, it helps us continue to live, continue to remember and honor not just our son, but all our fallen heroes and all our heroes who are still here. From our law enforcement, our son was law enforcement, to our firefighters, our son was a firefighter, to our military veterans. We love and respect and appreciate what you all do each and every day. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you.
Yeah, so far I've gotten pretty good shots. So far.
This is Navy Aviation. ET, 2nd Class, Daniel R. Biddle, Burgoon, Ohio? Burgoon, Ohio. Forgive me. ET is electronic
Technician.
Electronic technician. Navy Aviation, electronic technician, second class, Daniel Biddle, was assigned to the Helicopter Combat Support Squadron 6, H6, Naval Air Station, Norfolk, Virginia. Navy Aviation, ET, second class, Daniel Biddle, died October 3rd, 1995, when the helicopter he was a crew member of crashed off the coast of Virginia Beach during a training exercise. While training with the USS Guam, a distress call came over the radio from the United States Coast Guard to assist with a pleasure craft who was in trouble about 23 miles off the coast. On the way back from that distress call, Daniel's aircraft went down, killing all 4 members aboard. Daniel Rex Biddle was born August 29, 1969. He grew up in a very small town in northwest Ohio. He was from the town of Burgoon, a town that doesn't have any stoplights. As a matter of fact, the only red lights are at the railroad crossing next to the tiny post office. Throughout high school, Dan was very active in his school's show choir, student council association, and was a top-seeded wrestler and cross-country runner. He was a very popular student. Everyone loved Dan and his huge personality. He made friends with everyone. His ability to make friends, earn and keep respect was core to who he was as a man and as a sailor. After graduation, Dan enlisted in the United States Navy in 1987. After basic training in A School, he was stationed here in Norfolk. He was assigned to Helicopter Combat Support Squadron HC-6, which is now titled HSC-26, where he was a search and rescue air crewman. Dan was deployed in support of the Persian Gulf War and Operation Desert Storm in 1990-91. He met and married his wife Melissa in October of 1991. The newlyweds were transferred to Point Mugu, California in April of 1992, but returned to HC-6 in October of 1993. Their beautiful son Kevin was born in February of 1994. They made their home in Portsmouth, Virginia. Dan was extremely active. He would routinely ride his bicycle 50+ miles on the weekends. When he wasn't riding his bike, you could find him running the streets around town. While stationed at Point Mugu, Dan competed to earn a spot in the U.S. Navy wrestling team. He also completed the Laguna Peak Challenge, total elevation of 1,421 feet above sea level. Not only did he finish the race, he came in first overall in all divisions. He routinely set records during his Navy PRTs. Before his death, Dan would drive his car through the Midtown Tunnel, park on Ghent, and ride his bike from Ghent to the Norfolk Navy Air Station where he worked. On the off chance that his bike was being repaired, he would still drive his car to Ghent, but then he would run to work. He would repeat this for the evening commute. Dan was most at peace on his bike, in the pool, running, or in the crew chief seat of the CH-46 Sea Knight. Dan's professionalism, leadership, and overall character resulted in numerous awards and citations. Those included letters of appreciation, letter of commendation, meritorious unit commendation, senior shore sailor of the month, good conduct award, numerous outstanding physical fitness achievement awards, and letters of appreciation for volunteer service. He was selected and qualified as an aircrew NATOPS instructor and Personnel Qualification Standard PQS qualifier in the H-46 model helicopter. May we never forget the service and sacrifice of Navy Aviation electronic technician second class Daniel Biddle, who was 26 years old at the time of his passing. Ladies and gentlemen, tribute to fallen soldiers is humbled to introduce the family and friends of Navy Aviation E2, ET second class Daniel Biddle, including his wife Melissa, son Kevin, father, and grandma. Mother. Well, grandma. someplace for this. I don't know if you have a jacket or something. Or you got a whole jacket. Again, he's just part of our family. This is always hard to do this one. Thank you for your. You guys want to say a few words?
Thank you, lady. Thank you. On behalf of my family, I would like to say thank you very much for your generosity, your kindness. When Dan passed away, I was 25 years old. Kevin was 20 months old. I immediately became a widow and a single mom, and I didn't know what I was going to do, but I had a wonderful support group with the family. The Navy family as a whole was wonderful to me, and obviously with the support of my parents and my extended family, we've managed to move forward. It's just a new normal, and this October 3rd will be 25 years since Dan lost his life along with the 3 other crewmen that were on that unfortunate flight that night. But he died doing what he loved. He was a true patriot, loved our service, loved our country, and believed wholly in everything that he was doing. And honestly, years later, I could honestly say I would rather him have died in that helicopter than like a random drunk driver or something like that, because he was doing what his heart told him to do for his whole life. Working with Gold Star families gives me the opportunity to really walk that journey with them and provide that level of comfort to them. When I say I understand, I do understand. Our circumstances are different. I may not know what it's like to lose a child, and I pray I never have to experience that kind of pain. But there's something about being connected with military loss that really helps people feel like you get it. I am proud to say that in, what year was that, 2008, my husband was a search and rescue swimmer. And in Pensacola, Florida, they erected a new SAR swimmer school that was named after him. So he is forever memorialized at that school, and every student that goes through that building has to know his story. That's part of the plan. It's part of their learning requirements. So to know that there are future rescue swimmers that go through that school will always know his name. It's a wonderful legacy that Kevin has for the rest of his life. So we just thank you very much for honoring Dan and honoring our family. It means a lot to us, and God bless you, each and every one of you, for what you do on a daily basis. And I pray that God will continue to watch over you writers as you make your way up to Arlington and pay tribute in the most hallowed and sacred ground there is on this planet. So thank you all very much.
By the way, that's Lady giving her applause as well.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
This is Navy Hospitalman Bradford D. Dent. Navy Hospitalman Bradford Dent was assigned as a Navy Corpsman, Naval Hospital Corps School, Naval Training Center, Great Lakes, Illinois. Navy Hospitalman Bradford Dent died August 11, 2004, when he was involved in an automobile accident while serving honorably in the United States Navy. And I would like to take the opportunity to have Randy and his bride come up and speak on their son's behalf, to tell us a little bit about Bradford and his life before the military, his life during the military, and anything that you'd like to share that you'd like us to know.
wife's gonna go up before I get done finished talking about how wonderful my son was. He wanted to follow me in my footsteps, and by golly, that's what he did. He went into the Navy as an undesignated sailor, and anybody in the Navy knows what it means to go into the fleet, undesignated, and finally decided to shoot for hospital corpsmen. And here's the punchline. He hated the sight of blood. What the heck are you doing going for that rate for? But whatever. He was 2 weeks away from graduating from that A school when the accident happened. It was devastation to all of us. And it doesn't make it any easier, it doesn't make it any harder, but he passed away the day before my birthday. For me, that hurts just a little bit more, but like I said, it doesn't make it any easier. He had been married for 1 week when that accident happened. So everything hit all at once. You know, whether it was my birthday celebration, the accident, the marriage, and I remember I finished my naval career up here in Virginia, and here in Norfolk, while my wife stayed back in Wisconsin with the 2 kids. And my wife calls me one particular day and says, well, your son's report card came in the mail, and he had D's, C's, and maybe a B. And when she addressed him about it, he goes, Mom, I can't let people know how smart I am. He took the ASVAB score and scored a 98 on that ASVAB score, which got him into the sub-program of the United States Navy, serving on the USS Key West. A very, very, very smart boy. And not a day goes by that I don't think of him, and I miss him every day. It could be 14 years, it could be 25 years, it doesn't matter. It hurts right here every single day. And thank you all for showing up and supporting and honoring him on this particular day. I really, really appreciate it.
You want to talk rude?
how to pose for a camera.
Yeah.
You turn it on like a light switch.
Here's his patch, with his name on it, and I hope you might have a jacket or something to put this on, just put it with this thing. He's now a member of our lives and our group. He will be putting on this mission.
We're good.
Okay. So the officer who came up and whispered sweet nothings in my ear, he told me there's quite a storm coming, so he wanted me to remind the guys with the bikes to just watch your bikes. There's a storm coming in. But the second thing is, we have one American flag that travels with us across the country. Well, we have several, but we have a flag of honor, we have a fallen soldier flag, and we have our flag, which goes from across the country. And at every one of our fallen soldier visits, we ask the families to graciously sign the flags. Now, I know you don't have to, but on this one flag, there are messages from every family. And you can write your son's name, you can write a message, whatever you'd like. We take this flag to Arlington next week and we display it inside of Arlington. And it's a pretty moving tribute. When you open that up near the memorial flame, and it's photographed inside of Arlington, and you can see the blood of our fallen heroes. And so we would graciously ask, we'll bring it in and put it on a table back in the back. You can read it and look at some of the other messages. And you can sign that. And then finally, outside there's a bell hanging on the memorial torch. And when you get ready to leave, we will go outside and call a final salute to each one of your heroes. We'll say their names out loud, and we'll ring a bell for each of them. And that signifies that they are with us for the remainder of the journey. That's what I have.